Welcome to my class. അപ്പം ഈ ലാറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡും ലോഞ്ചിറ്റ്യൂഡും കുറച്ചുകൂടെ ഒരു ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ വേണമെന്ന് തോന്നി, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു വീഡിയോ ചെയ്തത്. സോ ഇതൊന്ന് കാണുക. ഇതിലൊരു ഇത് ഞാനൊരു അഡീഷണൽ ഒരു വീഡിയോ ഇതിൽ ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വേറൊരു വീഡിയോ കൂടെ ക്ലബ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പ്രസന്റേഷൻ ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഒന്ന് കണ്ടു നോക്കുക. ദെൻ വാട്ട് യു എക്സ്പ്രസ് യുവർ ഒപ്പീനിയൻ. ഓക്കെ, നമുക്ക് വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് കിടക്കാം.
This movie is about latitude and longitude. This video will cover their measurement, how latitude pertains to understanding global climate, and how longitude pertains to understanding daily cycles of time. Why do we use latitude and longitude? We use latitude and longitude because they are the best measures of position on the Earth's surface. We use latitude and longitude because they provide us with an absolute measure of position on the Earth's surface. Latitude and longitude do this independently of other arbitrary man-made references, like zip codes and addresses. Latitude and longitude, which provide XY coordinates for every point on the Earth's surface. Latitude measures this north-south, while longitude does it east-west. What is latitude? Latitude measures how far north or south any point is on the Earth's surface. It is measured from the equator, which serves as the zero base value for measurement. Lines of latitude are not equal in length. The equator runs along the widest part of the Earth. As you move further north or south of it, the lines of latitude run parallel to the equator, but get shorter in length. Eventually, as these concentric circles reach the highest latitude values, they become 2 points, the North and South Pole, each at 90 degrees north and south. Latitude is measured as the angle between the equator and any point on the Earth's surface. To understand why it's an angle, imagine that we are trying to measure the latitude value of the red X. If we slice the Earth in half, we would see that the latitude is measured as the angle between the equator and the point, with the Earth's core as the vertex. This explains why at the equator, latitude is 0 degrees, at the poles, positive 90 for north and negative 90 for south, and everywhere else is somewhere in between. What other information can examining latitude provide us? Understanding a location's latitude is crucial to understanding its climate, specifically as it pertains to incident energy from the sun. The Earth's orbit has a tilt of about 23.5 degrees, meaning that as it moves around the sun during certain points of the year, the sun's peak energy is focused around 23.5 degrees latitude at the lines of the tropics. Peak solar intensity occurs where the sun's energy is distributed over the smallest area, which occurs where the Earth's curvature juts out the most. As one moves towards the pole and the Earth curves away from the sun, the same amount of the sun's energy is spread over smaller areas, giving regions their cooler climates. Anything above 66 degrees latitude is classified as polar, and these areas receive half the energy or less per unit area than the area contained within the tropics do. It is no wonder that the majority of the Earth's hot and dry deserts are centered about the lines of tropics. Notice how I've only drawn in the northern hemisphere. This is because the sun's peak intensity is not static around 23.5 degrees north. As the Earth rotates, its tilted orbit means that the latitude of peak intensity moves throughout the year. The summer solstice occurs when peak intensity is over the Tropic of Cancer at 23.5 degrees north, and the winter solstice occurs when it is over the Tropic of Capricorn at 23.5 degrees south. In 1 year, peak intensity moves between the tropics and back once. This dynamic incident energy is why we have seasons, and why those seasons occur at different times of the year in the north and south. Though peak intensity passes over the equator twice, making it the hottest spot on average, deserts don't exist there because other factors draw moisture to 0 degrees latitude, making it perfect for the hot and humid rainforest that exists there. What is longitude? Longitude measures the degree east or west an object is from the prime meridian. Lines of longitude are all equal in length and run in a north-south direction, dividing the world into slices resembling pieces of an orange. Eventually, all lines converge at the poles, as you can see from this top-down image of the Earth. Longitude values range from 0 to 180 degrees. Like latitude, longitude is calculated as the angle between the prime meridian and the point on the Earth's surface, with the Earth's center being the angle's vertex. Unlike latitude, where intrinsic properties of the equator make it a sensible 0 value, Longitude lines are all equal in length, making them all potentially suitable prime meridians. The prime meridian was selected as it was due to its effect on the calculation of time. While latitude provides information on annual climatic cycles, longitude provides information on daily cycles of day and night. Due to the curvature of the Earth, different locations east or west experience the sun at different angles, resulting in an east-west time difference. Each degree move changes the time by 4 minutes. Now back to the prime meridian. Picture the Earth from directly over the poles. The prime meridian runs through Greenwich, England, and is the base zero value for the measurement of both east-west as well as for time. The base time for this zero value is 12 noon, and all other values are calculated in relation to it, using the Greenwich Mean Time, or GMT system, which standardizes time for large regions and classifies them as X hours greater than or less than the time at Greenwich. If it is noon at the zero, at positive or negative 180 degrees behind it, which are both on the same line, it is midnight. This 180-degree line is known as the International Date Line. Cross it, and you jump 24 hours. As you move east from the prime meridian, keep gaining hours. Continue east far enough, and you will eventually cross the International Date Line, which takes you to the area classified as the furthest west, where the date is 1 day behind where you were before. Conversely, crossing the date line west will take you to the easternmost part of the world and jump you 1 day further ahead. The prime meridian was selected as it was so that the International Date Line would mostly run through uninhabited ocean as opposed to densely populated land. The inconvenience of crossing the strait into tomorrow could not be underestimated, and so the date line is actually drawn as a jagged line instead of a straight one in order to maneuver around some of the islands in the waters it crosses through. In conclusion, latitude and longitude provide absolute measures of spatial position. They are both measured as an angle, and besides the uses that they have as measures of location, latitude also describes annual climatic cycles, while longitude describes daily cycles of time. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked my video.
അപ്പം ഇതിൽ കുറച്ചുകൂടെ ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഡൗട്ട്സും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ എന്നോട് ചോദിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. ഞാൻ അതിന് ആൻസർ ചെയ്യുന്നതായിരിക്കും. ഓക്കെ, സോ താങ്ക്സ് ഫോർ വാച്ചിങ്. പ്ലീസ് ആസ്ക് യുവർ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ്. ഫൈൻ, എന്നാലല്ലേ നമുക്കതിൻ്റെ കൂടുതൽ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റത്തുള്ളൂ. ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു. താങ്ക്സ് ഫോർ വാച്ചിങ്.